morning, White Rabbits. It's the 1st of June 2021 and I'm glad to see the back of May. And here I am back at the Cock Inn, which is where I finished my walk yesterday. Now I do answer questions from time to time, people send them in, so here's a question that came in from Tony Duke in Melbourne, near Melbourne in Australia, saying to me, and he said to me, how far was the Cock Inn, Jim? Well, I'll give you a straight answer, Tony. It was a long way, but I got very tired and I had to have a sleep afterwards. So today's walk is back again, Glenluce. I stayed last night in Port William. I went back because I knew there was a good internet signal there, and I managed to get to day 18 posted, and I hope you enjoyed that, and a little bit of a chat afterwards about how to get an improved service from me. And my intention today is quite simple, just to walk back to where the van is. And when I get back to the van, I'll make a decision what I'm going to do there. I have choices. I could drive to Stranraer and then get a bus back tomorrow and walk from Glenluce back into Stranraer, or there are other options, and there are far too many to mention really at the moment. But today I'm walking back. I'm going up, there's a steep hill immediately in front of me, and I fancy having a go at that to see just how fit I am as much as anything else. It looks a steep one, but at the other side of that there's a nice big long beach, and instead of having to walk on the busy A75, I'll take all the back roads back into Glenluce, and then, as I say, I'll make a decision what to do. It's bright and sunny. So it's a little bit windy. There's not a cloud in the sky. It looks like being a great day. So if Ralph was here, and he might be soon, he would say in a strong Welsh accent, "Here we go." But I'm going to stick with the usual one. See you, Jimmy. couldn't believe when I saw this couple. It's Ken and Leah who were walking towards me. It was like looking at a couple of aliens. I didn't expect really to see anyone whatsoever on this walk, and it's been a lovely walk. And you're saying to me, Ken, you've done it loads of times. You've been up here. This is your favourite part of the world. This is kind of a
local little walk for us. So over through the winter and that, we used to come up here and just walk along, and it's just a wonderful walk because it's right on the coast, as you can probably see. And and we have never seen anybody until we've seen you. So
you're an alien.
I look like an alien as well.
You're an alien too.
Yeah. And then Australia. Whereabouts in Australia?
Central Queensland, so about a 6-hour drive north of Brisbane, which is at the bottom of Queensland on the coast. So little place we used to live in a place called Deepwater, which is just near Gladstone, so that's a bigger city there. So, but Deepwater, we had 40 acres and lived off grid for 10 years. So
wow, that's
we're enjoying the great outdoors here in Scotland now.
Oh, that's good. I've got friends in Australia, two in particular that I met in London when I was on the walk. I was walking North Kent and that way, and they were here on holiday, and we met at St Pancras station and went and had a few beers. And what wonderful people, Tony and Maureen, they're absolutely wonderful people. And I've got this thing going now when I'm walking along the road. You know, people have mirrors on the side of the road, and I always give them a wave. And it's become a bit of a cult thing where there's lots of people waving back at me now. People say, "Oh, I wave back to you." It's just funny little gesture.
We'll try and remember that if we're ever passing
if we pass you again somewhere else in Scotland, we'll give you a wave back.
Give me a wave back, yeah. No, I mean, I don't want to sound I'm not being rude or anything like that. I'm in Glenluce tonight. I mean, do you fancy a beer?
We don't know what time we're going to be back today, but
we could pop up the Crown.
We could pop up the Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, you've got a card. You could we'll
send you a text.
Let's arrange a time, and if it's going to change or you're not going to make it, just give me a call and tell me.
We'll do. Yeah.
Because what I tend to do is, I'll be honest with you, I don't like paying £4.50 for a pint like I was doing in the Isle of Whittle. So I always get a 4-pack of Stella and I drink it in my van while I'm editing and all that kind of stuff. But it'd be nice to go into a pub and have a conversation with people.
Something normal.
Well, the problem is when you're on your own, you go into a pub and sometimes there's nobody either wants to talk to you or nobody to talk to at all. And there's nothing worse than sitting there on your own with a pint, and just thinking, why did I come in here? I can think of far better things to do.
It's a social thing,
Yes.
So okay, the Crown.
The Crown, that's it. Well, it's the only
pub in Glenluce, so
can't miss it.
Just up from the shop, so we live just near the shop, so we can walk within 2 minutes.
That's the shop in the centre where I caught the bus this morning, where the public toilets are just...
that's it. So the pub's just uphill from there, so on the other side of the street.
Right, okay, that's fine.
And we haven't been in there yet. We only moved to Glenluce in November, so it'll be our first pint in the pub as well.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
sounds good.
That'll be lovely. And we'll go into a bit more detail and stuff and have a chat later on and everything.
Yeah.
And that'd be lovely.
Oh, be nice.
I'm probably less than a mile now from the end of this walk, aren't I?
Yes, and then you've got about 2 mile road walk to get to Glenluce.
Yes.
There's
2 roads that run parallel. If I take the left one rather than the main road, and that'll bring me it goes underneath the A75.
Yeah, there's a little underpass there. So, and if you just keep walking up the hill from there, you'll come into the village. So.
Yeah, well, that seems to be a nice walk.
Yeah.
Obviously, the A75, I've done bits of it, and it's when I say dangerous, all right, these guys are doing the job, but when they're driving convoys at you and you're on the left-hand side, and one pulls out and the other one, but sometimes the third one will see you a bit late, and it's a bit worrying.
Yeah.
And of course, with all the wet weather,
when you go down the road, you'll see a signpost saying Fisherman's Cottage.
Yes.
If you take a little deviation down there, it'll bring you into Glenluce Bay.
Yeah, there's a little wood in there, and you can walk through the wood and go to the a bit of the bay further along, and then you can just come back out again and then just continue up the road towards Glenluce through that underpass. So you'll see just that little green sign, isn't it? And it'll take you through the wood, and if you follow that through, you'll come past the house itself, and then the beach is just beyond there. So and the tide's out, so you can walk out for a bit.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely to meet you.
Yes, we'll see you for a beer later.
And if your friends want to come down or something like that, I don't know. I don't know whether it's a busy pub. Is it food or is it just beer?
They do sell food. They do.
Yeah, they do have meals. And there
Yeah.
is a cafe across the road as well that does meals before then, if you fancy it. If you're peckish before dinner.
Right. Lovely to meet you, both.
And you. I'm sure we'll see you very soon.
Great to see you.
We'll see you later.
We're going that way. You're going that way, and we'll come back that way a bit later on.
See you later. Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much.
That's all right.
Nice one.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. It's 2 o'clock now, and I've got to be honest with you, that walk, 2.5 miles, completely exhausted me, as you would expect it to. It was really tough, but I really enjoyed it. It was a challenge to see if I could do the job, and I did, even though I was a bit exhausted at the end, which is to be expected. That's only the second sort of walk like that. The other one was from Sandy Hills to I can't remember the name of the place, but that was a tough walk as well. But it was lovely meeting those Australian people as well. I've had to do this little talk with you sitting amongst these great big bales of straw that are in black plastic because the wind is swirling around that much out there. I'm hoping that you can hear me alright, so there's no way of testing really, but I assume you can because it's fairly still. So all I've got to do now is just walk back and to my van and settle down, and then I'm going out for a drink with a couple of Australians tonight, and I'm really looking forward to that. What lovely people. Whether they bring the guitars with them, they're both musicians, that'd be good, at the Crown. So if you want to get yourself down to the Crown, you might come and join in with the jam session. I'm not sure whether that's going to happen, but I hope it does. I like a bit of music, and it's, as I say, it's 2 o'clock now. It's probably going to take me about another hour and a half to walk back, but it's been a wonderful day. I'm glad I planned it this way, not putting any more pressure on myself other than doing like a 5-mile walk. But then again, it's a very tough 5-mile walk, and it is worth every minute and every mile. And what a lovely part of the world this is. Absolutely stunning houses here as well. So I'm on my way. I'll see you later. Well, the temperature seems to have gone up about 5 degrees in the last 10 minutes, or maybe it's just that I'm in a different kind of place where I'm surrounded with bigger hills. But this has been an absolutely brilliant walk. Feeling it a bit now. I'm a bit tired now. I'd be glad to get back to the van for a nice cup of tea, as you can imagine. And the wind seems to have dropped as well, because looking on the weather forecast this morning, it was 15 miles an hour, but it's been at my back all day, which has been great, but plays havoc when you're panning, you know, on my left hand side, so some of the video might be a bit shaky, but I hope it hasn't spoilt your enjoyment. It's been a lovely day. this is Ken, and this is Leah, who I met earlier on, and we arranged to meet here at 8 o'clock. Well, it's about 8 o'clock-ish now, I think.
That's about
we
right.
came a little bit earlier, and we've just had a really nice chat, and most of it's been music, and I've been presented with a CD here, and I'll go into more detail when I put it on the site so that you can have a listen to it. And I would say most of the conversation we've had is about music and walking and all the rest of it. And it's been absolutely wonderful meeting you both. You're absolutely fantastic people.
Great to meet
you. It's been an absolute breath of fresh air to just sit here and chat as we have done.
Yes, it's been good.
It's been lovely, and I hope that we get a chance to meet again.
Yeah,
I hope so.
We'll definitely stay in touch.
And that'd be lovely. Just stay in touch, and it's been very interesting meeting you, and thank you very much. You can see the sun's gone down now over the top of there.
A little bit round the back there somewhere.
Yeah, but it's been nice. It's turning a little bit cooler now, as it does. But it's been a pleasure to meet you both. You're
and you
wonderful people, and I wish you every success.
And
you, yes.
Yeah. Enjoy your journey. We'll be following your journey from now that we know you are in the world walking.
Thank you. It's very nice to meet you. Bye now.
Bye.
Here I am at the Crown Hotel, and I've forgotten the name of the place I'm in. It's
the Crown Hotel in Glenluce, and
Glenluce. I seem to have a mental block about the name. It's a very unusual name, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So have you always lived here in this?
No, I came up here just over 3 years ago.
Yes.
To work in the pub, and ended up taking the pub over.
Right. I mean, I suppose a lot of people are thinking about publicans having a hard time really over the COVID situation. Mm-hmm. Have you recovered from that?
I'm really lucky. I've got great support from the locals, so I can't grumble.
Yes. And are you the only pub in the village?
Only pub in the village, yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was out at the Isle of Whithorn, they've got a pub there, but no shops. I found that quite amusing in a kind of a way. But I've been absolutely knocked out with the whole situation with Dumfries and Galloway. I think it's absolutely a wonderful county.
It's a forgotten corner.
Well, yes, and I saw a sign the other day. It was like just just saying, please support our cause to make Dumfries and Galloway the third national park.
Yes, they're hoping to get one. It'd be nice if they did right enough.
I would imagine that's true.
Yeah.
And so is your clientele building up again now that all this COVID business is over? I know you've still got to wear masks and all this.
No, I've been really lucky since we opened the garden on the 26th of April. The local support has been absolutely amazing.
Well, I'm very pleased to hear that. That's really nice. I mean, I've got to be honest with you, I was at Southern S, and it was a real faff where I could eat my meal outside, but I couldn't drink inside, and I couldn't do I think those days are starting to disappear a little bit.
Yeah, that
now.
Changed on the 17th of May. We're allowed back inside then, so it's all changed, and hopefully it'll change for the better again soon.
Yes. So for all the walkers that follow me, I can say pop into the Crown and you'll be welcome.
Of course, and I can always make a cup if you don't want a pint.
Well, I use pubs for drinking tea. In my walk, it's about the only place you can find now, because the cafes are not open yet. And I'm an avid tea drinker. I mean, I'm an avid beer drinker as well. But nevertheless, I do like a cup of tea, and it's lovely to give people like you support, and thank you for your hospitality.
You're very, very welcome, and good luck with the rest of your walk.
Thank you very much indeed.
You're very welcome.
It's very nice to meet you. I was here this morning, first thing, there was a young chap. This is Ben.
You're right.
And you was with your sister, is that right?
Yeah, it was.
And I came and asked your advice about the buses and everything. Am I on the right side of the road? Because quite often I stand on the wrong side of the road, and the bus that I really wanted runs past on the other side.
Yeah.
And this is Ryan.
Hello.
Are you all right, Ryan?
Not bad, yeah.
Good. You've got a nice place here in Glenluce.
It is.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But so, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you then, Ben?
I am 15.
15.
And I'm 12.
You're 12. Right, you're a big lad for 12, aren't you? You're going to be one of these big Scotch guys. That's wonderful. That's really good. But thank you for everything you've just said to me. It was a pleasure to meet such a really nice, well-mannered young man, and we got on extremely well, even just in the short conversation we had. And you keep that up for the rest of your life.
I will.
Ben, and you've got a lot going for you, mate. You've got a lovely personality, and you're a very kind guy.
Thank you very much.
And I'm quite sure that your friend here is exactly the same. You know.
Thank you.
I know you're facing into the sun, but it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you, and you've made my day. And thank you for everything you said. And keep on watching me.
Well do.
Okay, cheers now. Right. Thanks, lads.